At the latest session of the United Nations General Assembly, UNGA, in New York, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky delivered one of his most forceful speeches since the beginning of Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine. Speaking before world leaders, Zelensky did not limit his remarks to the conflict in his homeland. Instead, he broadened his message to highlight how the erosion of international law and unchecked violence threaten people far beyond any single battlefield. Zelensky opened his address by warning that global security systems built after World War II are showing cracks. He argued that when international law is ignored and aggressors go unpunished, the entire world becomes less safe. His words came with urgency. This is about the collapse of international law and the weakness of international institutions, he said. It is about the rise of weapons deciding who survives. He framed this as a problem that affects every nation, not just Ukraine. In a striking turn, Zelensky referenced tragedies that happened in the United States, a country many see as safe compared to active war zones. He expressed sorrow over the death of Ukrainian refugee Iryna Zarutska, who had sought protection from the war but lost her life to violence in America. He also mentioned the recent fatal shooting of Charlie Kirk, saying that each of these losses underscores how violence can reach ordinary civilians anywhere. The Ukrainian leader used these examples to stress that global instability and a culture of unchecked aggression are not distant or abstract. If violence can claim lives even in places believed to be safe, what hope remains for those already under threat? He asked. By bringing U.S. tragedies into his speech, Zelensky sought to remind leaders that safety and peace are fragile if the world tolerates aggression. Beyond grief and warning, Zelensky's speech was also a call for action. He urged countries to stand together against authoritarian aggression, to strengthen international security frameworks, and to keep supporting Ukraine's defense. His message was clear: defending one nation against unprovoked attack is tied to defending peace everywhere. He framed Ukraine's fight not only as a matter of sovereignty but as part of a larger global struggle to preserve the rule of law and protect innocent lives. Zelensky also appealed directly to Americans and other democratic societies. He acknowledged the pain of violence within their own borders and connected it to the bigger picture of why peace and accountability matter worldwide. Without global resolve, he argued, violence can spread across borders, whether in the form of state aggression or acts of individual cruelty. The speech drew immediate reactions. Supporters praised Zelensky for courageously linking domestic safety to international stability, while critics questioned whether U.S. tragedies should be part of Ukraine's diplomatic messaging. Still, his remarks made headlines by drawing an emotional connection between war overseas and violence at home. For Ukraine, the address was also about keeping global attention on its fight for survival as the war drags on. Military and humanitarian needs remain urgent, and Zelensky's team wants the world to see Ukraine's struggle as directly connected to broader safety and justice. For viewers and readers, the key takeaway is not only about one refugee's tragic death or one shooting. It's about the shared vulnerability of societies when violence goes unchecked and when international cooperation weakens. Zelensky's words challenge world leaders to remember that peace is interconnected. Protecting it requires united, sustained action.